Hello, so I asked you on Facebook and Twitter for some questions for me to answer in a quick Q&A vlog. First off, Andrea asks, what's your favourite Christmas film? Now, I gave this some thought, but I think it's Home Alone, because who doesn't love the idea of a kid tackling burglars, being left at home on their own, and it just makes me giggle, and I've bought it for my children this year and I really hope they enjoy it, and if not, I'll be watching it by myself. Michelle and Andrea also want to know more about the B&B, and I think Taz also asked about the B&B. So that's why I filmed in here. This is our dining room for the B&B. Jen also asked how I fit the B&B in around family life. So we'll go with that question. It's difficult. I find it really hard when I have, say, 9 guests to feed and 2 children to feed and get to nursery and get to school. My children help. I pay my son, who's 5, some money to serve the guests, and that's brilliant. It works really well. He really enjoys doing it, and no one's had any breakfast on their lap yet, so that works. A B&B is harder than I ever thought it would be. It takes up more time than I ever thought it would do. I think because it's a big house, there's a lot of cleaning, there's a lot of washing, ironing, the garden. We haven't even started on the garden, so there's an awful lot to do. Plus blogging, vlogging, all the other things I do, plus 2 children getting from school and all that jazz. So it takes up a lot of time, and it takes up more time than I thought. But that's good. We get to live in an amazing place, and I can't complain about that. My 2 mums asked, what's the most interesting thing about running a B&B? And for me, it's the people. I love meeting people. I like getting to know them, finding out where they're from, what they're doing in the area. And that's definitely the most interesting part. Lindsay wanted to know, who's my biggest inspiration? Now I have 2. My main actual real life person inspiration was my grandma, because she was amazing, and most of you know she died in August and used to run this B&B, and we took over from her. So she did more than I can ever even imagine, and she was the queen of thrift. She got solar panels, electric panels, she sorted this place out and made it what it is, and she was just amazing. So before I cry, I'm going to stop on that subject. The second inspiration to me is Elle Woods from Legally Blonde, and she was kind of the reason that I went to do further education. I wasn't good at school, I hated school, and got kicked out of school, but I didn't enjoy it. I hated school. So when I left school at 16, I got a job, I met my husband. When I got to 18, Legally Blonde came out and I watched it, and I just thought, if she can do it, I can do it. And so I then went and did an A-level and did well, and then decided to go to university later in life at 29 and graduated this summer. So she was also an inspiration. Kerry asks what motivates me. I don't know, that's a really good question. There's kind of an inner drive and determination, and I guess what motivates me is wanting to be the best that I can be, and that sounds so twee. I don't do things by halves, I like to do them properly. So I get frustrated if I can't do something properly. James asks, what do I love most about making videos? Well, I really wanted to be a Blue Peter presenter, so this is my chance. That's what I tell myself. Steph asks, what's my biggest achievement in life? Aside from giving birth to 2 children, it definitely has to be going to university, because I never thought I would go to university in a million years, and I did, and I graduated with a 2-1 in philosophy, politics and economics this summer, and I'm very proud of that. Kelly asks, would I rather tackle a mouse-sized elephant or an elephant-sized mouse? Now, surely you've got to go for the mouse-sized elephant, because it's small, you could just pick it up. I don't know. Elephant-sized mouse just sounds petrifying. Livy wants to know if I have any photography tips. I don't really, I just point and shoot. For me, that's it. There are some amazingly talented photographers out there. I'm just incredibly blessed that we have an amazing landscape, which is very easy to photograph. I take all my photos on my phone, which is a Samsung S5. apart from very occasionally when I actually get my DSLR out, but mainly it's just on here. Lucy wants to know what phone camera apps I use. Well, Lucy, to be fair, I picked up the tips from you at Blog On, so most of them are ones you told me about. First one is Snapseed. I use Snapseed for all sorts of things. Snapseed is brilliant. I use Square It, making the photo square so it can fit on Instagram. I also use Add Watermark Free, so that you can add a watermark to your pictures before you upload it onto your blog. I also use Aviary. So this has all sorts of frames, stickers, effects, kind of like Snapseed, but not. I use it in different ways, and you can also put a watermark on using Aviary. So yes, that's what I use that for. I think that's all the questions. I think I've done it. If you want to ask me any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will get round to them for my next Q&A vlog. If you've enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already but would like to, then please click on subscribe. Alright, bye.